Right now at 5, a wellness check turns violent for 2 police officers in Galena, Kansas.
And we're still technically going to be below normal today. A warm-up is on the way, and we'll get you out the door with that forecast coming up.
Plus, Governor Parson comes to Southwest Missouri to sign a bill aimed at protecting waterways from leaks.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
I'm Chris Warner. It is now Thursday. It's August the 22nd.
Yes,
I didn't have to cheat off your paper this time.
Oh, good.
Because I remembered yesterday's date. I kept saying it enough that now I remember what today is. So, boy.
Good reminder.
Almost Friday.
Almost Friday.
Not yet.
Here we are. No.
Thursday's kind of that evil day. It's that you're beyond the halfway point, but you're not to the weekend. It's just there.
See, I like Thursday.
Okay.
I do. It's like Christmas Eve.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I can go with that.
Okay.
I can go with Christmas Eve. The good news is at least at this point, now I know we don't like the heat, but some of you, I'm sure, don't like the extreme cold either. And it doesn't feel like Christmas Eve outside. It feels actually pretty pleasant this morning. Live look from our camera downtown Joplin on the Cornell complex. We're looking pretty good. We got some cloud cover out there, though, and that's what we're going to have to contend with for a good portion of today is cloudy skies. Our camera, 7th in range line, looking good as well. Same from the MoDOT camera, 20th in range line. Just a few cars down there toward about 15th Street. But otherwise, pretty quiet start to the day. Now, the future track is showing us, well, those mostly cloudy skies, and that's the expectation as we head through the day. In fact, on the Skywatch Storm Tracker with the satellite turned on, there's quite a few clouds out there this morning, and they're going to stick with us for a while. It won't be until about after 5 o'clock that we'll start to see the clouds gradually begin to clear out across the area. Clouds don't keep us from warming up, though. It's still going to be a warm day. We're looking to be at or slightly below normal for our Thursday. We're sitting at 64 in Joplin and 63 over in Pittsburgh. Our temperatures as we start this day, we got that southeasterly wind, and so we've got low, well, really almost just all low 60s, but we do have some mid 60s in parts of northeastern Oklahoma and southeastern Kansas. So low to mid 60s. Keep in mind, average low is about 69 this time of year, and we're all below that. Kids getting on the bus this morning, they're going to have to contend with mostly cloudy skies, relatively cool temperatures, low 60s, southeast breeze 5 to 10, and skies again still looking to be mostly cloudy by the time that bus brings them home. 85, southeast breeze still at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Through today, again, we're looking mid-upper 80s and maybe a couple of 90-degree readings. That's where we get into that. We're looking to be at or slightly below normal for today, but this is the last below normal day for the next several days as temperatures heat up into the weekend, and we have some slight rain chances out there as well. Look at all those details in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, 2 police officers are injured when a well-being check escalates in Galena, Kansas. Authorities responded to a call yesterday afternoon at a home at 11th and Main. When the officers made contact with the man, they discovered he had a warrant. They say before they could detain him, he attacked both officers and cut one with a piece of glass. Injuries to the officer were non-life-threatening. They say the man then retreated toward the back of the house, which was surrounded by shrubbery, trees, and junk. Authorities used a backhoe to knock down the fence and clear a path to the back door. 5 officers entered the house after using gas and found the man in a back bedroom where he was taken into custody. The Missouri State Highway Patrol is investigating a fatal crash that closed traffic for more than 4 hours on US 60 in Newton County yesterday morning. Troopers were called to the crash west of County Highway Y just after 7. Officials say 3 vehicles were involved and 1 person died and another is critically injured. The person suffering critical injuries was flown to an area hospital. Missouri residents must now provide more documents when trying to update the gender on their driver's license. A state revenue department policy change now requires residents to provide proof of gender-affirming surgery or a court order to update their listed gender to approve the change. Previously, the state just required doctor approval. LGBTQ+ rights advocacy groups have criticized the policy shift as having been done secretly. And now you can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, and sports with the KOAM Plus streaming app. It's available on Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV Plus, and Roku. The player is also available on our news and weather apps, as well as our website. You can watch live streaming anytime, absolutely free. The KOAM Plus TV streaming app. Missouri Governor Mike Parson stopped in McDonald County yesterday for a ceremonial signing of legislation that modifies permit requirements and exemptions related to Missouri fertilizer and clean water laws. For community members in McDonald and Newton County, the issue hits close to home. KOAM's Samantha Walker has more on the importance of the bill in Southwest Missouri.
House Bill 2134/1956 may sound like any other bill that goes through the Missouri legislature. But for residents in McDonald and Newton County, like farmer Adam Perryman, it's a step in the right direction.
Just the crowd that's here today shows what's significance and how much it matters to the people in the community. I mean, it's not a well-known thing other than if you smelled it. And the smell really has nothing to do with the problem.
The bill modifies permit requirements and exemptions related to Missouri fertilizer and clean water laws. These bills are of special interest to community members who've expressed concerns about wastewater storage basins, also known as lagoons in the area. Concerns have been raised for years about the potential impacts of these sites, but they came to a head after a storage basin company spilled more than 6,000 gallons of sludge in October of last year.
We don't want this to end up in the water, or any of the minerals the heavy metals, the chemicals that can't be absorbed by dirt, taken up by plants or crops. If that stays around, I mean, that can have detrimental effects for years upon years, if not ever.
Area representatives like Dirk Deaton have been working on potential regulations for these lagoons for years. He says it's an exciting moment to finally see action being taken on a state level.
This bill protecting property rights and the water resources of the state from misapplication, over-application of certain waste streams really originated right here in McDonald and Newton counties in southwest Missouri. And so we're doing it for the people, and so it's great that the governor would come down here and sign it, kind of where it really all began.
Several local groups formed out of concerns surrounding the sludge. One such group is the Stop Land Use Damaging Our Ground and Environment, also known as Sludge, which Perryman is a part of. He says while the signing of the bill is a huge step in the right direction, the work is not done.
We're just now getting started, really. I mean, anybody that's ever worked with an attorney before knows that those bills, they don't stop. We need support from everybody. We need your voices. Please be encouraged to learn, find out what it is.
Reporting in McDonald County, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Now, despite the legislation passing, organizations like Sludge are remaining active to continue monitoring water safety in the community and bring attention to their concerns. And during the bill's signing, a group of McDonald County students got a front row seat to witness the event. For Jonathan Holes and his government class, the event represents more than just a field trip. It's a living lesson. He says many of his students may never have another opportunity to witness a bill signing in person.
I wanted them to be able to experience the cooperation between the two branches. You have the legislation, which obviously creates the bill, and then they have to work it through, which was nice because they talked about going through the representatives and then through the Senate, and then how that bill actually becomes a law by Governor Parson being able to sign it.
That group of diverse students featured members of the high school marching band, cheerleaders, FFA members, JAG members, and students from Pineville Elementary and Pineville Primary Schools. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Pittsburgh High School alum Chase Curtis is named captain of the TCU football team. Plus, Hungary lit up the sky with fireworks as the country ends its Founding Day celebrations. And we have another nice and sunny day today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
Well, a Pittsburgh High School class of 2018 graduate Chase Curtis has had a whirlwind of a collegiate athletic career, which began as a baseball player, then transitioned to football. Entering his 7th year of college athletics, Curtis is named captain of a Big 12 football team. TCU Athletics announces this week that Chase Curtis is one of 6 captains for the Horned Frogs football team, chosen by his teammates. Curtis was a first-team All-State selection in football, basketball, and baseball at PHS. He chose to play baseball at Neosho County Community College for 2 seasons before transferring to TCU and walking on to the football team. Curtis played quarterback for the Purple Dragons, but switched to tight end in college after putting on more than 50 pounds. Here's a timeline of Curtis's college career. After 2 seasons playing baseball at Neosho County Community College, he transfers to TCU and spends 2 years as a walk-on. Curtis earned a scholarship and had a breakthrough season in 2022, playing in all 15 of TCU's games while they made a run to the national championship. In 2023, he became the Horned Frogs' second tight end, playing in 8 games and accumulating over 100 receiving yards before a season-ending injury. Back here in the 4 states, Missouri Southern's Deontay Campbell enters the 2024 season as one of the top Division II tight ends in the country. Yesterday morning, MSSU tight end Deontay Campbell gets named to the 2025 Senior Bowl watch list, which identifies the best draft prospects at every level of college football. Campbell is one of 2 tight ends from all of Division II to be added to the watch list, along with 44 others from Division I schools. The Senior Bowl takes place in Mobile, Alabama on February the 1st. Tonight, the 2-time defending Super Bowl champions Kansas City Chiefs play their final preseason game against the Chicago Bears. The voice of the Chiefs, Smith Holchus, stopped by the KOAM studios yesterday for a one-on-one interview previewing the upcoming season and explains things like why he believes Andy Reid is the most underrated head coach in NFL history.
He's at 26 postseason wins. That's second to Belichick. If Belichick stays stuck in the mud and that 31 number sticks, Andy could pass him up very quickly. There's that. But the fact that he stays proactive and creative. We've got stuff that we haven't run yet. You won't see it till you see it. But I saw it this spring, and I talked to Coach about it because he's experimenting with something that, if it works, every team at every level will run it. The Gorillas may run it. Missouri Southern may run it. Lamar and, I don't know, Northeast Arma may run it.
Closing with Major League Baseball, the Royals shut out the Angels 3-0. Trade deadline pickup Michael Lorenzen gets the win after 7 shutout innings, striking out 5. The Cardinals win as well after scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th to force extras. Nolan Arenado hits a walk-off grand slam to win it in the 10th. Still to come, a new study suggests marriage could help men age more gracefully. Plus a check of that forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 5:18 now on this Thursday morning, and we are starting with a live look from the MoDOT camera at 20th and Rangeline in Joplin. Looking pretty good so far this morning. Not many cars on the road yet, but we know in the next hour or so there will be plentiful cars. We've got a few, actually we got more cars, I think, on 69 at Kansas Crossing than we did on Rangeline. In that last shot. Live look from that KDOT camera there, though, also looking pretty good this morning. We're going to stick with mostly cloudy skies. That seems to be the trend for us today. We've got plentiful clouds out there now. Again, got the Skywatch Storm Tracker off to the side here on satellite mode. And, I mean, there's some locations that have some somewhat clear skies, but there's a lot of clouds out there. And that's going to be the expectation through today. Now, the clouds do not hinder our temperatures from warming up by any means, but it will be mostly cloudy through the day. Those clouds will gradually clear as we head into the evening and overnight. We're looking at clear skies until we head into tomorrow morning, and we could have a stray cloud here or there. Otherwise, Friday looks good, but here's the key differences between today and tomorrow. Today's highs at or below normal. Tomorrow's highs at or above normal across the area as part of this warming trend heading into the weekend. Then we also have that opportunity for some pop-up showers and storms. The future track heading into Saturday will show us exactly that. And there was one up here north of Fort Scott. There's a couple of showers in between Pittsburgh and Lamar. Now remember, with pop-up storms, the future track is taking its best guess. Pop-up storms feed off the heating of the day, the moisture in the air. They are random, but the future track, when it shows them, is at least indicating there is that possibility, and that's going to stick with us as we head into the weekend as well, with the heat climbing back up, temperatures climbing back up. Right now, though, relatively pleasant, 64 in Joplin, east-southeast breeze at about 6 miles an hour, and as is the traditional thing here in our area, from northeast to southwest, it gets gradually warmer, so low 60s, mid 60s, and some upper 60s, but either way you paint it, all of us still another below normal start to the day. We'll have mostly cloudy skies through the morning hours and be about the mid 70s, so it slows the warm-up process. It just doesn't stop it. It'll be mid to upper 70s by 11 o'clock. Highs today, again, mid upper 80s, a couple of 90-degree readings out there is possible, so that's why we're saying we're at or just below average. As we head later into the evening, again, the skies will begin to clear, partly cloudy by 6 and clearing out down to the low 70s by 10. Overnight lows into the 60s tonight once again, and then we start to warm up, so at or just a bit above normal tomorrow. Then we head into the weekend. We have those pop-up storm chances, and we start going mid upper 90s, and that could also push our heat index values into the triple digits, so right around 100, maybe a little above. So if you again got weekend plans, schools next week, school activities, recess, just keep an eye on those heat index values. And then a system still coming in toward the end of next week could cool us down and bring us a few more storm chances. That's checking your forecast. We'll be back with Health Watch right after this.
Topping Health Watch this morning. A new study suggests aging gracefully is easier to do if you have a special someone in your life, especially for men. The research published in the journal International Social Work linked successful aging to marriage among adults older than 60. According to the study, married men were up to 4 times more likely to achieve optimal physical, mental, and social well-being compared to single peers. Previous studies have also associated marriage with better health outcomes. The authors defined successful aging as no limitations in daily activities, no chronic pain, no serious mental illnesses, adequate social support, and good self-perceived health. As for women, this study found older women who transitioned from married to unmarried through divorce or death were less likely to age optimally than never married peers. A new study has found supermarket baby food aisles are packed with non-nutritious foods that contain too much sugar and misleading marketing claims. Researchers analyzed 651 foods for children ages 6 months to 36 months. 60% failed to meet recommended World Health Organization nutritional guidelines for infant and toddler foods. According to the study, 70% didn't meet guidance on protein content, 25% failed to meet calorie recommendations, and 44% exceeded recommendations for total sugars. Almost none of the foods met all of the WHO standards for advertising, which focus on clear labeling of ingredients and accurate health claims. The warning isn't new. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission has urged caution about water beads in the past, citing the dangers of young children ingesting them. But a new study shows the popular toy is still posing a danger as emergency rooms visits continue to rise. Mandy Gaither has a look at the new data and what the study's co-author hopes parents take away from it.
They're colorful and feel good on little hands, but these harmless-looking water beads are still causing harm to young children who ingest them.
Oftentimes when they expand to 10 or 20 or hundreds of times their original size, that can really cause a lot of pain and other injuries to children.
Dr. Marcel Cassavant with Nationwide Children's Hospital is co-author of a study which found this popular toy is still posing a problem despite numerous safety recalls and pushes to make parents aware.
Manufacturers have done a little bit better labeling and warning. Federal government's done some recalls and some warning. The media's gotten a lot of word out. Social media's gotten a lot of the word out, but not nearly enough. These injuries continue to happen and at accelerating rates.
Between 2007 and 2022, researchers estimate there were more than 8,000 1,000 water bead related emergency department visits in the U.S. From 2021 to 2022, those ER visits skyrocketed 131%. More than half of the cases involved children younger than 5, and nearly half involved ingestion.
And they have trouble often with the stomach, the intestines, the bowels.
Casavan says the beads are so small, parents may not even know some dropped on the floor or that a child ingested them.
If you have children in the home or children who may visit the home, you don't want these products in your home. They're just too dangerous.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The researchers say they have also seen water bead related eye injuries in teenagers, mostly when the beads are used as projectiles in toy guns without eye protection. That's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
And we've got a mostly cloudy day out there, and temperatures once again at or just below normal. Another look at your forecast when we come back.
Right now at 5:30, PSU starts the semester with an emphasis on students' mental health.
And we've got some cloudy skies out there this morning. I love that, nice and cloudy. It is still going to be pretty decent. It is also going to be cloudy. We'll have a look at your forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, we'll see how a brother and sister in Oklahoma put their business profits to good use.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:30. I'm Elise Noe.
I'm Chris Warner. It's Thursday, and it's too early in the morning, and it's just you get those people like, it's nice and sunny today.
Yes.
And then you get the other people, it's nice and cloudy today. Now I know that's not what that was meant to imply, but I just read it, and boy, it's too early in the morning for that kind of stuff. It's gonna be nice and cloudy. I like those clouds.
Sometimes they're cool.
We have had some pretty cool clouds over the years here in the 4 states, and not really expecting any cool clouds today, but it is accurate. It's going to be mostly cloudy through the majority of our day. It is mostly cloudy this morning. Now, it's difficult to tell because, well, it's dark outside. Unless you're looking for the moon or some stars, you can't see the clouds, really. But it is mostly cloudy across the area. This, again, Skywatch Storm Tracker off to the side here. I got it on satellite mode, and it is confirming that there are clouds. MoDOT camera 20th and range line looking pretty good. Getting a few more drivers out there starting their work day, getting closer to the weekend. And as we take a look at the future track into this afternoon and the evening, you can see they hang on to those mostly cloudy skies. But as we go later in the day, clouds begin to break up, and after about 5, 6 o'clock, we start going with clear skies across the region. We are not going to anything. We are at 64 in Joplin, 63 in Pittsburgh. And as we look at temperatures around the region, all of us still below normal out there. We should be at 69 for the low. We are in the low to mid and a few upper 60s across the region, but all of us still not at that average point across the region. Kids getting on the bus this morning, again, mostly cloudy skies, low 60s, southeast breeze at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. When the bus brings them back, no change to the clouds, still mostly cloudy and about 85 degrees. We are looking at highs, so our average is 90. We're looking at highs mid-upper 80s. Some of us may reach 90. So today is that day of at or slightly below average. Tomorrow, though, is a day of at or slightly above average. We'll break down the details on that big warm-up on the way in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, see you soon. Well, students at Pittsburgh State University will have access to free online mental health support this year for the first time through the TELUS Health app. The service will allow for anonymous 24/7 service to accommodate students' schedules and remove the pressure of a face-to-face appointment. The service will also fill the gap of after-hour service past 5 p.m. for students in need. Students will be able to have support from the service in a time where they are away from their home and support system.
If you haven't met your people yet, it might be hard you might wake up at night, or you might not be able to sleep because you're just stressed out and you don't have anyone to talk to. You might need someone to help you through things, and just someone to talk to can be good. And having that 24/7 is a good thing for students and a good resource.
The service is offered in 150 languages, including English, Mandarin, and French, to accommodate all students, including international students. Missouri Southern State University hosted a community fair yesterday afternoon. Students and non-students got the opportunity to meet, greet, and build relationships with potential employers during and after their college experience. Healthcare operations, insurance companies, and military recruitment operations were there.
If you haven't met your people yet, it might be hard to, you might wake up at night or you might not be able to sleep because you're just stressed out and you don't have anyone to talk to. You might need someone to help you through things, and just someone to talk to can be good. And having that 24/7 is a good thing for students.
The students got feedback from the business owners and a chance to build relationships with potential employers. Community members and school officials in McDonald County cut the ribbon on a brand new storm shelter at the Rocky Comfort Elementary School yesterday. The newly completed storm shelter, which will also serve as a multi-purpose room, is rated to withstand an EF5 tornado, providing a safe space for students, teachers, and staff. This facility is the only public storm shelter in this part of McDonald County, making it a crucial resource for the surrounding community.
I'm real excited about this one. This is almost like the community that's so isolated. They're the outlier. They're further away from any significant town than any other campus that we have. So it's real exciting to have this one out here with our students out here, as well as the families that live in this area.
The new storm shelter is part of a $21.5 million bond issue passed by McDonald County voters, including storm shelter construction at 5 other schools across the district. Well, a brother and sister from Quapaw, Oklahoma are creating bracelets for a good cause. Sam and Sophia Ray have spent the last few months selling their creations, but instead of saving the money to use on themselves, they donated the money to the local DAV. Their first donation was $800. Now the two are using the money they're making to create care packages for deployed soldiers from Oklahoma.
It's all the community as well. I mean, they're the ones that come in here and buy them. I have people that have bought multiple and multiple. Just the other day we had a gentleman come in and purchase 20 red, white, and blue.
Wow.
So it's the community as well, and they're supportive.
If you'd like to buy one of the bracelets, you can get one for $2 at the Route 66 Express in Quapaw, or you can go to our website where you can find how to reach the family. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. 3 people are dead after a school employee shoots officials at a secondary school in Bosnia. Plus, protests continue at the Democratic National Convention over the Israel-Hamas war. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Topping World Watch. Budapest lit up with fireworks Tuesday night as the country ends its Founding Day celebrations. The fireworks show cost $42.3 million to make happen, but Hungary's government is facing criticism for using that much public money on something so grand. More than 45,000 effects could be seen at the show, and about 2.4 miles were used as a viewing area. Underwater search efforts continued off the coast of Sicily yesterday to find a luxury super yacht that sank earlier this week. The Italian Coast Guard and fire rescue divers working to locate the wreck of the super yacht, which went down after being hit by a powerful storm. Divers working in pairs in dangerous conditions overnight, only being allowed to spend 12 minutes at a time searching. Experts explaining the time-sensitive situation. 22 people were aboard when the tragedy occurred. The remains of 5 people have been discovered. A school employee in Bosnia shoots and kills 3 using an automatic rifle. Police say the tragedy occurred at a secondary school almost 200 miles away from Bosnia's capital yesterday morning. The suspect killed the school's principal, secretary, and a teacher following reports of a dispute with the school's management. That man now severely injured after he attempted to kill himself following the attack. He's now in critical condition, recovering at a local hospital. Well, amidst the pomp and circumstance of the Democratic National Convention, protesters angered by the ongoing Israel-Hamas war continue taking to the streets in parks around the DNC area. While demonstrations Wednesday were more calm than Tuesday, some voters are sounding off about Vice President Kamala Harris's response to the conflict in the Middle East. Kevin Uretsky reports on the latest.
Crowds of protesters continue gathering at sites near the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, ramping up calls for a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war and for the U.S. to stop supplying arms to America's closest ally in the Middle East.
Chicago actually has one of the largest Palestinian communities in the entire nation. The Democratic Party will not get our vote if the genocide in Gaza doesn't end immediately.
Anti-war demonstrations in the Windy City have been ongoing throughout this week, with one Tuesday night that started outside the Israeli consulate, leading to dozens of arrests.
They showed up with the intent on committing acts of violence, vandalism.
Vice President Kamala Harris maintains Israel has the right to self-defense and is calling for a ceasefire after Hamas's deadly attack on October 7th. Still, some voters have mixed opinions on her positions.
I feel like she does a lot of talk, and then the next day the policy just doesn't coincide with her opinion the day before.
Meanwhile, family members of American hostages still held by Hamas say the time to secure their freedom is running out.
We urged anyone protesting, for the war to end, to protest Hamas to release the hostages, because that would most definitely bring calm.
Overseas Wednesday, Israeli strikes in Gaza killed at least 17 people. Egyptian mediators helping to broker the ceasefire say Hamas will not agree to proposals over concerns Israeli troops won't fully withdraw from Gaza.
And that's a look at some of your biggest headlines from around the world. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 5:45 on this Thursday morning. We're starting with the MoDOT camera, 20th and Rangeline in Joplin, looking pretty good so far this morning. However, we do have mostly cloudy skies across most of the area. KDOT camera, 69 Kansas Crossing, just south of Pittsburgh. Also a pretty nice start to the day. So here's Future Track showing us those mostly cloudy skies as we head into the afternoon. It won't be until later this evening that we'll begin to see these skies clear out. Clouds start breaking up around 5, and after 6, we're going to start heading for clear skies as we go into the overnight hours tonight. Could have a few clouds on our Friday as well. Otherwise, we're looking mainly at sunny skies, I think. Future Track on here, I think, is putting a few too many clouds out there, but we, of course, will see how the clouds pan out for our Friday. Either way, today is a day, again, where we are at or slightly below normal. Tomorrow's that at or slightly above normal day for us. Saturday is where we kick off the even hotter temperatures. We also start seeing opportunities for isolated pop-up showers and thunderstorms. So Future Track, again, pop-up storms that can't pick up on exactly where they'll be, but it is suggesting that we could see a few of them out there with the daytime heating. Skies will clear out by late Saturday, and then we'll have another round of pop-up thunderstorm chances on our Sunday as well. All right, in Joplin right now, sitting at 64, east-southeast breeze at about 6 miles an hour, and around the area, temperatures looking pretty good. We're into the low, mid, and some upper 60s out there. Average low again is 69, so another below normal day for us, another below normal night as well. Mostly cloudy skies out there through the morning hours and be about the mid to upper 70s by 11 o'clock this morning. Then we head into the afternoon, and again, still mostly cloudy. Most of us, again, mid upper 80s for highs, but some of us, especially down in the southwest where it gets a little warmer, could reach about 90. 90 is the average, so again, we're going to be at or just a bit below normal across the region for us today. We head into this evening. Again, the skies begin to clear out through the evening hours and into the overnight. And we'll have another chilly night out there, again, by August standards, as we fall back into the low to mid 60s. And then tomorrow starts the heat up across the region, and it is going to get uncomfortably hot, unfortunately, as we start soaring up above normal. So we're going to go at or a little above normal tomorrow, low 90s. Pop-up storm chances Saturday through Monday, mid 90s across the area. And then after that, take a look at next Tuesday and Wednesday. We're talking upper 90s, getting close to 100 degrees by Wednesday. Still hot on Thursday. We're still keeping an eye on a system that was originally showing up Thursday night into Friday. It has slowed down a little bit, now showing up Friday night into Saturday. It's one of those situations where it still is there, but it's slowing down a little. Could still bring us some scattered storm chances by the end of next week and drop our temperatures back a little below normal for us. But if you've got plans this weekend or schools with outdoor activities or recess next week. Definitely want to monitor the heat index values because we could start seeing those approach 100 or maybe even a little above 100 as we head through the weekend and next week. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Well, today in entertainment news, going behind the scenes on a massive music tour and a movie studio issues a trigger warning for its new film. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
I was grinning like I'm winning, I was hitting my marks, 'cause I can do it with a broken heart.
Taylor Swift's I Can Do It With a Broken Heart is about performing for the masses while dealing with personal issues off stage. So it's fitting her new music video for the song takes viewers backstage and on stage on the Eras Tour. There's even a shot of the cleaning cart she apparently uses to take the stage unseen. Swift just wrapped the tour's European leg. The final North American leg of the tour begins October 18th in Miami.
I've turned under my nails and I don't know how I got there.
Are you having a good time?
Blink Twice has more than an R rating, it has a trigger warning. Amazon MGM Studios posted a notice on social media advising audiences the psychological thriller contains mature themes and depictions of violence, including sexual violence. BlinkTwiceResources.com on MGM's website features information on the National Sexual Assault Hotline, adding, if you or someone you know has experienced sexual violence, it is not your fault and you are not alone. Blink Twice opens in theaters Friday. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, a sudden and strong pop-up storm soiled an outdoor gathering in Alabama, sending folks scurrying for cover and a giant inflatable kid slide flying. Jeremy Roth has the crazy caught-on-camera moment in today's Take a Look at This.
Watch severe weather in Alabama send a giant children's bouncy slide flying. The sudden storm appeared to catch attendees of this outdoor gathering in Hillsborough off guard, sending them scurrying for cover from the wind and rain.
Oh my goodness!
The intense pop-up storm was one of several severe weather events that caused property damage and downed trees in various communities, but thankfully no reported serious injuries. As for the bouncy slide sent flying, no one was reportedly on it at the time, but that likely didn't make it any less surreal for those who witnessed it. Speaking of witnesses, this was the moment a couple in Arizona witnessed a bolt of lightning set a palm tree on fire right in front of them. Lizette De La Cruz and her boyfriend were chatting on her porch when the sudden strike ignited the tree mere feet from where they were sitting. The couple sought shelter and local fire officials responded and put out the flames, which left the palm tree charred, but thankfully still alive. The shocking incident left an indelible mark on the couple as well.
Mind blown. Once in a lifetime right there.
It was just a beautiful experience, while very frightening at the same time.
Finally, this last phenomenon isn't so much environmental as it is, spousal, I guess? Feast your ears on the annual husband calling contest at the Wilson County, Tennessee State Fair, where local ladies put on peak shriek performances. Cash, prizes, and hoot and holler and hubby summit and bragging rights. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
We'll be right back. The most awarded Grammy winner of all time ventures into the liquor industry. Beyoncé announced on Tuesday her latest business venture is whiskey. The singer, who loves Japanese whiskey, worked with Moet Hennessy for years in order to create her whiskey called Sir Davis. It honors her home state and her late great-grandfather, who was a farmer and moonshiner in the South. Sir Davis is set to hit retailers across the nation starting next month and is available for pre-order online for $89. Well, summer may still be around for another month, but Starbucks is ready to roll out its fall menu. The Seattle-based coffee chain announced that its beloved pumpkin spice latte will return to all locations today. But that's not all. Starbucks is also rolling all new fall menu items like the Raccoon Cake Pop. One of the newest drinks in the lineup is the Iced Apple Crisp non-dairy cream iced chai designed to taste like apple pie. Two new fall drinks joining the exclusive Starbucks app menu include the Iced Caramel Apple Cream Latte and Iced Honey Apple Almond Milk Flat White.
And we've got mostly cloudy skies as we start our day. We'll be about the mid to upper 70s by 11 o'clock this morning. Highs today still a little below average for most of us. Mid upper 80s, maybe a couple of 90-degree readings. And those skies will remain mostly cloudy through the afternoon. It'll be later this evening that we'll start to see clouds breaking up gradually. And then we'll have clear skies as we go overnight and another below normal night out there as well, back in the low to mid 60s. We'll be at or a little above normal for our Friday, so low 90s across the area. Then as we head into the weekend, we start heading into the mid to upper 90s out there with pop-up storm chances Saturday through Monday. If you've got weekend plans, outdoor activities, schools with recess, just a heads up, you want to monitor those heat index values as we head into the weekend and next week, as they could approach 100, maybe even be a little above 100 degrees out there. System coming in toward the end of next week still looks to bring us some shower and thunderstorm chances and slightly cooler temperatures as well by next Saturday. That's a check of your forecast. We've got a full hour of the KOAM Morning News right after this.